What is up guys, I'm back with another video, and a few days ago I got the update to Android 5.1 Lollipop on my Nexus 5, and I'm not running the official Android 5.1, but this is a custom ROM based on 5.1, and there's just some little tweaks here and there to improve the system a bit over stock. So in this video I'll just be basically going over what's new in Android 5.1, if you haven't gotten it yet, and just basically what stood out to me the most. So before I begin, I'll just let you know that I'm running a custom ROM called Extra Smooth for the Nexus 5. And if you want to check it out for yourself, I'll leave it a link below in the description, but it has some back-end changes to stock Android that makes it a little more optimized in my opinion. Some of those including battery improvements, memory improvements, and a little extra small features here and there. So Android 5.1 is generally a bit faster and snappier than Android 5.0 in my opinion, and when 5.0 was released, I actually thought it was really fast, so I guess the optimization is just on a whole new level with 5.1. So the first change has to do with the notification shade. You now have the ability to connect to different Wi-Fi networks as well as Bluetooth devices right there without actually having to go into the settings menu manually. I think this is a huge improvement over how Android worked in the past, since it's just much more convenient to do everything from right there rather than having to go into a separate settings menu for Wi-Fi or Bluetooth separately. And I guess every one of you can agree with me as well when I say this improvement is greatly appreciated. While we're on the topic of the notification shade, another upgrade or change to mention is the new animations. So this was seen with the Android L developer preview, but for some reason it didn't exist with the official release of Android 5.0 Lollipop. But with Android 5.1 it's back here again. I think as usual it adds a level of visual maturity that never existed on Android before. And you can also notice these animations system-wide, like in the clock application at the top here. If you take a look at the small icons, you'll see them animate subtly every time I swipe to a different screen. And I really think this makes for a much more polished user experience in my opinion. Seeing these new animations really gives you a new sense of interacting with the operating system rather than just touching and swiping, since it actually responds to your touch now. Another welcome change is the fact that when changing between priority mode and none in the notifications, they actually show you the icon so that you won't be confused when you see a random icon appear in your status bar, wondering what on earth that might be for. So in the past, let's say you're watching a YouTube video and you tried changing the volume, it would change the media volume but not the system volume itself, which is used for notifications and ringtones. But with Android 5.1 you can just hit the bell icon at the top and use your volume buttons to change the system volume, swipe with your finger, or even choose another notification mode like priority or none. And as said before, this actually deals with your system volume and not just media volume in specific. With Android 5.1, heads-up notifications can now be dismissed by swiping left or right, or if you swipe up it will just technically minimize it to the notification tree. And in the past with Android 5.0, heads-up notifications, if you swiped it up, it would disappear from the notification tree and you'd have to go to the specific app. But with Android 5.1, this is much more convenient. So generally, Android 5.1 stepped up the game where Android 5.0 failed to deliver. And this can be seen with the way heads-up notifications are now handled, as well as the way notification mode icons are clearly shown to clear up any confusion you might be having. It also feels a lot snappier and more optimized in terms of performance as mentioned before. And so far, after running it for a few days, I have absolutely no complaints, especially when coming to battery life and performance. Of course, your mileage may vary depending on the custom ROM you use, or whether you even use a custom ROM for that matter, or just go with the official release. But yeah, that's been it for this extremely quick overview of what's new with Android 5.1. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to smash the thumbs up button like you always do below. Feel free to leave a comment as well, or even hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. So that's been it. Thanks a lot for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Which is Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Falcon Pro. I keep switching between Twitter and Falcon Pro a lot depending on my needs. And of course Google.